Hey Jimmy, your first personal video. This is probably the next one I've got to script and do for everyone else because I'm surprised no one else has asked about it yet in too much detail. So, track files. Bring up our track list. So, as you've already figured out, you've got a couple of different ways you can draw things. You've got your draw tool there, or you can also open your draw tool here somewhere by adding a shape. So say we do a circle, and why that keeps jumping, and say we do a square like so. Why do you keep jumping over there? Weird. I'll figure that out in a second. So you can change your thickness and you can fill the polygons and stuff like that. And they are shapes. So when you say done, you get this shape file. So when you save that, it will save it. Oops, select a track. It will save it as by default as an OTSH, which is a shape file, which is the shape in 3D. So like you said, when you hit edit, it comes up with this window again. Maybe it's the positioning of that. That's the problem. Okay, move those down here. It comes up with this again. Now, if you want to edit these, you can change that. You can change that and do what you want with them here. You can also select one or the other, and it will show you which one you've got selected. And you can edit it, and at that point you can redrag that one and do what you want to do and all the rest of it. Now the editing tools aren't perfect, but you can recenter it, you can resize it and stuff like that. If you wanted to add to this collection of tools, turn the edit off and say we wanted to do a random shape. So we're going to do a weird shape like that. And then once you're finished making that shape, it's going to follow you, but until you hit the tick button and then it will close it. So now you've got that shape as well. So that's the L for line, center square, CC, center circle. So again, done, and you're out of there. So they're shape files and they stay as shapes. And when you edit them, that's why it brings this up again. So you can select the ones that you want. So say, for example, you wanted to get rid of your center circle. You could just select that one and say delete, center circle's done, and it's gone. So eventually what we'll do, hopefully, is for most shapes, this is a more efficient way to draw stuff on the map. But what you can do is turn this back into a standard Aussie Target, Aussie Explorer plot file, which is plotted by points. So if I click on that, I've got the option here to convert this to points. Now let me just make a quick change here, because when I'm recording videos, I turn off the tooltips. Let me turn tooltips back on. So you get shapes to point track. So if I click that, so this S here means it's a shape track file. Once I convert it, it'll say convert to point only track. And you say, yes, please. It's now a point only track. And once you edit a point only track, it goes back to the standard setup. So the difference is that as a point only track, you get the points. You can turn on the points and edit them here. If I want to drag them, I can drag them and do all that sort of stuff. I can undo that to put it back to there. I can open up the track list and not the track list, the point list, and it's got all the sections. It's basically just got their positions, and then the new is where the new one starts. So again, you can see which point you're on as you move around it. So that is the difference. So again, if I add this back in and I start drawing a new one and I do a circle here, make that red, and we're done. So again, this one is a shape. select it, select edit. That gives you a drag tool, gives you a center movement tool, and you're good to go. Turn edit off. If you do a 3-point circle as an example, same thing, 3C for center circle, edit. That one goes back to, that's interesting. Okay, got something to play with there. Center circle, 3-point circle, can't edit. Anyhow, you get the idea. Hope that helps. I'll tidy this up and make it a real video one day. Bye.